Hi, welcome to Professional Certifications channel. Let's break down CISSP exam preparation, one topic a day for focused and effective learning. Today's topic is Transport Layer Security, TLS.
Definition. Transport Layer Security, TLS, is a cryptographic protocol designed to provide secure communication over a network, ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity of data transmitted between a client, such as a web browser, and a server. TLS is the successor to Secure Socket Layer, SSL, and has become the standard protocol for securing Internet communications, replacing SSL due to its enhanced security features and resilience against known vulnerabilities.
Key concepts.
1. Purpose of TLS. The primary purpose of TLS is to secure data transmission over untrusted networks like the Internet. TLS ensures that the data exchanged between a client and a server is encrypted, preventing eavesdropping, tampering, and forgery during transmission. TLS is widely used to secure web traffic, HTTPS, email communications, VPN connections, and other Internet-based services, ensuring that sensitive data such as personal information, financial transactions, and login credentials are protected.
2. How TLS works. TLS secures communication between a client and a server through a process called the TLS handshake, during which the client and server agree on encryption methods and establish a secure session. The handshake involves the following steps. Step 1. Client hello. The client sends a hello message to the server, including the supported TLS versions, encryption algorithms, cipher suites, and a randomly generated number. Step 2. Server hello. The server responds with its own hello message, selecting the highest TLS version and cipher suite that both the client and server support. The server also sends its digital certificate, which includes the server's public key and is used for authentication. Step 3. Server authentication. The client verifies the server's certificate by checking its validity against the Trusted Certificate Authority, CA. If the certificate is valid, the client proceeds with the handshake. If the certificate is invalid, the client may terminate the connection or display a warning to the user. Step 4. Key exchange. The client and server exchange cryptographic keys. The client generates a pre-master secret, which is encrypted with the server's public key and sent to the server. The server decrypts this pre-master secret using its private key. Both the client and server use this shared secret to generate the session key for encrypting subsequent data. Step 5. Secure data transmission. Once the session key is established, both the client and server use Symmetric Encryption to secure the data transmitted between them. This ensures that the data is encrypted and protected from eavesdropping and tampering. Step 6. Session termination. When the session ends, the client and server discard the session key, and the secure connection is closed. Example: when a user accesses a secure website, e.g., https://example.com, the web browser and the server perform a TLS handshake to establish a secure connection. After the handshake, all communication between the user's browser and the website is encrypted using the session key.
3. TLS Versions. TLS 1.0, introduced in 1999 as a replacement for SSL 3.0, TLS 1.0 provided stronger security but is now considered outdated due to vulnerabilities. TLS 1.1, released in 2006, TLS 1.1 improved upon the weaknesses of TLS 1.0 but is also considered deprecated. TLS 1.2, released in 2008, TLS 1.2 introduced significant security improvements, including support for stronger encryption algorithms and message authentication codes, MACs. It remains widely used today. TLS 1.3, released in 2018, TLS 1.3 offers even stronger security, improved performance, and reduced latency during the handshake process. It removes older, insecure algorithms and reduces the number of round trips required for the handshake. Key enhancements in TLS 1.3. Faster handshake with reduced latency, fewer round trips. Stronger encryption algorithms with the removal of weak ciphers. Support for perfect forward secrecy, PFS, ensuring that even if a session key is compromised, past communications remain secure.
4. TLS Encryption and Security. TLS uses a combination of symmetric encryption and asymmetric encryption to secure data. Asymmetric encryption, used during the handshake to securely exchange the session key. Asymmetric encryption uses a public-private key pair, where the public key encrypts data, and the private key decrypts it. Example: the client encrypts the pre-master secret using the server's public key, and the server decrypts it with its private key. Symmetric encryption. Once the session key is established, symmetric encryption is used to encrypt and decrypt the actual data transmitted during the session. Symmetric encryption is faster and more efficient for encrypting large amounts of data. Example: the session key encrypts all subsequent data between the client and server, ensuring confidentiality and integrity. Common encryption algorithms in TLS. AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, a widely used encryption algorithm that provides strong security. AES 128 and AES 256 are commonly used in TLS connections. CHA-20, a modern encryption algorithm often used in TLS 1.3 for improved performance on mobile devices and lower-powered systems. Perfect Forward Secrecy, PFS. PFS ensures that even if a private key is compromised, previously encrypted sessions remain secure. This is achieved by generating a new session key for each connection, preventing attackers from decrypting past communications even if they obtain the server's private key.
5. TLS Certificates. TLS certificates are digital certificates issued by trusted certificate authorities, CAs, to authenticate the identity of the server. These certificates contain the server's public key, which is used to establish the secure connection. Self-signed certificates, certificates generated and signed by the server itself. While functional, they are not trusted by default in browsers and may generate security warnings. CA-signed certificates, certificates issued by a trusted CA, e.g., DigiCert, Let's Encrypt, which are automatically trusted by web browsers. Example: a website using a CA-signed TLS certificate ensures that visitors can trust the site and that their data is encrypted during transmission.
6. Advantages of TLS. Confidentiality. TLS encrypts the data transmitted between the client and server, ensuring that sensitive information such as passwords, credit card numbers, and personal data is protected from eavesdropping. Integrity. TLS ensures that the data has not been altered during transmission. If the data is modified or tampered with, the integrity checks will fail, and the connection may be terminated. Authentication. TLS uses certificates to authenticate the identity of the server, ensuring that clients are connecting to the legitimate server and not a malicious actor. Widely supported, TLS is widely used across the Internet to secure web traffic, HTTPS, email communications, file transfers, and more.
7. Disadvantages of TLS. Performance overhead. Although TLS 1.3 has reduced latency, the encryption and decryption processes still introduce some overhead, particularly for high-traffic websites. This can slow down data transmission slightly. Certificate management. Managing TLS certificates, renewal, revocation, and installation, can be complex, especially for large organizations with multiple domains and subdomains. Vulnerabilities in older versions. Older versions of TLS, such as TLS 1.0 and 1.1, are vulnerable to attacks like Beast and Crime. Organizations must upgrade to TLS 1.2 or TLS 1.3 to mitigate these risks.
8. Common TLS attacks. Man-in-the-middle, MITM, attacks. In a MITM attack, an attacker intercepts communication between a client and server. TLS protects against MITM attacks by encrypting the communication and authenticating the server using certificates. TLS stripping. An attacker downgrades an HTTPS (TLS secured) connection to an HTTP unencrypted connection, allowing them to intercept traffic. HSTS, HTTP Strict Transport Security, is used to enforce HTTPS and prevent this attack. Poodle attack, an attack that exploits a vulnerability in SSL 3.0. Since TLS is the successor to SSL, upgrading to TLS 1.2 or 1.3 mitigates this risk.
Importance in the CISSP exam. Transport Layer Security, TLS, is an important topic within the communications and network security and security operations domains of the CISSP exam. CISSP aspirants must understand how TLS works, how it secures communication through encryption and authentication, and the differences between TLS and SSL. Exam questions may focus on the TLS handshake process, the role of encryption algorithms, and how TLS protects against common network-based attacks.
Real-world example. A financial services company uses TLS 1.3 to secure its online banking platform. When customers log into their accounts, the browser and the bank's web server perform a TLS handshake to establish a secure connection. All communication, including account balances and transactions, is encrypted using AES 256, ensuring that sensitive financial data remains confidential and protected from eavesdropping or tampering.